Hey guys, welcome to another Lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try one of these new Pizzeria Uno Strombolis. This one is the steak and cheese. It says it is a signature crust filled with seasoned shaved beef steak, mozzarella, and white cheddar cheese. This is a 2-pack, so there's 2 in the box. It's 10 ounces, 283 grams. I'm assuming that's for the whole box. We bought these at Meijer. They were $6.96, but you do get 2 sandwiches, so what, $3.50 each basically. And they were in the frozen section, so there are frozen Stromboli. Calorie-wise, each Stromboli is 380 calories, and there's the other info for you. And there's a couple different ways to do it. You cook this from frozen, so you don't thaw it or anything like that in the refrigerator. So you've got oven directions, you've got air fryer directions, and you've got microwave, which is what we're going to do. We don't do ovens or air fryers. So we're going to remove all the packaging is what it says up here. And they're going to replace the Stromboli on a microwave safe plate and place in the center of the microwave. Microwave for 2.5 minutes on high. That's it. And you may have to adjust your cook time based on your microwave, of course, because every microwave is a little different. So I'm going to open one of these up. It looks kind of like a Hot Pocket, but it looks more bread-like. So we'll see. Okay, they're wrapped in plastic. Yeah, that's what they look like right there. I'm going to open this one up. I don't know if I can open it. I need a pair of scissors or a knife or something, but I'm going to open this. I'm going to take it out of the plastic, get it on this paper plate, and get it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, so here it is right out of the microwave. I haven't even done anything with it. I literally just laid it there and let it sit for a minute. I did drop the time on mine to 220 instead of 230 because I've got a pretty powerful wattage microwave, so I didn't want to overcook it. So make sure it's not stuck really bad. And you can see it's still stuck even then. Pretty hot. Let's see what it looks like. I'll cut these into pieces so you can kind of see what's inside. So here's what it looks like inside. Plenty of cheese and stuff and some steak in there too. Not tons, but some. The bread's good and soft. It's not dried out or hard. Now the edges back in here is a little bit harder to cut through, but it's still not as hard as like a Hot Pocket is. But it's almost all bread back here. You see how thick it is, and it's really like right here. I can feel it. It's a lot drier and tougher right there. So I'm going to cut these into even smaller pieces. That way I can just pick them up and eat them when I go to the table. It just makes it easier for me to eat. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the sandwich itself, but it makes it just a little bit easier for me to eat. So there we go. Cut this one too. What the heck? Okay. So I'm gonna get this over the table and we'll give it a try. All right, let it cool off for just a minute, just so I wouldn't absolutely kill myself, but here we go. You really get the steak. One thing, the difference between a Stromboli and like a other sandwiches is this doesn't have any kind of sauce in it, gravy, any kind of liquid in there. It's just all bread with wrapped around like cheese and stuff and meat. So that's a Stromboli in general. The steak in there has a lot of flavor in it. It's good and tender. It's thick enough to where you feel like you're actually chewing something, so it's actually something there. But it's also pretty tender, so it's easy to eat. It's not tough or gristly or anything like that. I do wish they'd put some onions. I know it's not a Philly cheesesteak, but I wish they would put some onions in there just to bump up that flavor a little bit. Because while the beef is good, it's really all you kind of taste that and the bread around it. The bread, by the way, it's not hard, but it's tough. Like almost pretzel-like. Like chewy. It doesn't have the flavor of pretzel, but it sure does have the texture of pretzel. It really has that kind of tougher, chewier texture. I'd say if you do it in the oven, it may be a little bit softer. The microwave tends to dry things out a little bit. So if you did it in the oven or the air fryer, it may be a little bit better. That was the very end of the Stromboli. I like that little crispy cheese. It's always one of my favorite parts. This little piece of bread on the very edge, on the end, is hard, like toast. This is softer. So I'm gonna bite it. Yeah, the softer parts are still chewy, like a pretzel. I wouldn't want to go any less time though, because really it's hot, but it's not like ridiculously hot. It's hot enough to where it's not like frozen or cold or anything, but it's not like super hot. So if you have a problem with temperatures and you want things really, really hot, you're probably gonna do these in the oven. I wanna try that little really crispy, hard kind of edge to see how hard it really is. Kind of like eating toasted bread. It's crunchy. Overall, I do like the flavor of these. I do like the beef flavor of the steak. I do like the cheese when it's crispy like this, but if it's just cheese in the bread itself, you really don't taste it. You may get a little bit of the texture, but you really don't taste it at all. The bread has a really nice flavor too. It tastes like a bun or something like that. It's not yeasty, so it's not a yeast roll. It's more like just bread, almost like a pizza bread wrapped around meat. So it has a good flavor. It's just not flavorful. I think my problem is it says it's seasoned steak. They really didn't season it a lot. I mean, you do get the beef flavor, but it's not like a really seasoned, really rich, deep meat flavor. You get mostly just the steak flavor, and then you get the bread. Again, if they put some onions and peppers in here, it would have really elevated it like to another level. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I do like it. I 100% think it's gonna be better in the oven or even the air fryer than it is gonna be in the microwave, because the microwave is really gonna dry out the edges. And I even went shorter on mine because I knew my microwave is a little higher wattage. So, and it still dried it out. But again, I couldn't go any shorter because then it would be cold. So I don't want it cold either. So, this is good. Probably gonna be better in the oven, but in the microwave, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Even the oven and stuff, it's not gonna change the flavor. Any of the flavor is still gonna be that base flavor. It just needed some oomph to it. It needed something to elevate it a little bit because the flavor is just kind of flat. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.